Hi everybody, and thanks for joining Stamp with Tracy for today's Wow Wednesday. Today we are going to be making a fun fold card, and I don't know the name of it, but I just enjoy it, and I don't think I've ever showed it to you before, so today we are going to take a look at that. So we're going to start out with a thick Whisper White card base. Now this card base was cut at 4 1/4 and it's 11 inches long. Then it's scored at 5 1/2, and this will be our way the card sets. So we need to score that card. So we lay it into our paper trimmer or your scoreboard, and you want to line up these corners perfectly in your track. It's pretty important to be very accurate to get the card to work right. Okay, so you're going to score that, and that gives you this nice fold here. Okay, then we have a piece of Poppy Parade, and this is just cut 1/4 inch smaller. So this is 4 by 5 1/4. And then another piece, so we need 2 pieces of that. And this piece we are going to cut like we scored. So you'll have a piece that is, let me make sure I tell you the right size. 4 by 5 1/4. And we're going to cut it. Again, lining up the corner to corner. Now what's important about the cut is you want to make sure you're going the same direction as your card. So if you were to change the way that you were doing your card, then you would change the direction of what you're cutting. And I'll show you that when I have some other ideas to show you at the end of the video. So we're going to lay that on there lined up corner to corner in our track. And this time we would use the cutting blade to cut that. And then we have a piece of Designer Series paper. Now this Designer Series paper came from the new Celebration, and it is so pretty. I'm hoping you can see it on here to appreciate it. I'm going to give you a quick look at it. It has gold foils in it, Flirty Flamingo, and I forget what the other color is. But there's the Flirty Flamingo. So let me take a look at that catalog real quick and tell you what the colors, there's another color there. It's called Most Adored, and it's 12 by 12, and you get 12 sheets, and it's got the pretty gold foil, Flirty Flamingo, and Real Red. So there's the other side that has that beautiful swirl, and then there's the swirl with the gold foil that we're going to be using today. And the other side of that is a beautiful Real Red plaid, and there's a nice plaid, and this is even textured. It's beautiful, this foil, you can feel the texture in it. And there's the other side with a whole bunch of hearts. And this actually coordinates with the new stamp set that's coming out in the January to April mini. So this one and this one as well, it has a little bit of a few different stamp sets. I think it's called Stipple Rose or Rose Stipple, I'm not sure, but that's the rose and gold. And then some more hearts on the back there with the Real Red. And then there's another piece here that has the hearts gold foil, and the back of those are the plaid with the Real Red and the Flirty Flamingo both. Here's some more of the beautiful gold with this line design in it, and some more hearts with the Flirty Flamingo. Again, this can be a free gift to you if you decide to choose that item if you spend $50. Now Celebration begins tomorrow, January 4th. So speaking of that, today's January 3rd. It's the last day to get those last chance products. So again, we need to make sure that we're going to cut this, our Designer Series paper, the same direction. So you want to make sure that you go from this corner to this corner, just like you did on this paper. Hopefully that makes sense to you. If I put it this way, corner to corner, it's not going to work out. What also is important here is if it is directional, it's important that you have the right side face up. I had to experiment with that, but I'm using non-directional, so it really doesn't matter. So I'm going to lay that down there, make sure I definitely have it corner to corner, and then I have those 2 pieces ready to go right on top. of my cardstock layer, and we'll put that together. So let me go ahead and get my glue, and we'll start with layering those first. Again, that cardstock solid piece was 5 1/4 by 4, and then the designer series paper that is from the celebration is 5 by 3 3/4. So that just gives you a little edge around that. And I like to use my liquid glue so that I can line that up nice and pretty. Now this is Poppy Parade. I am traveling and I don't have everything with me, so I didn't have enough of the real red to make what I wanted to make today. So today I'm using the Poppy Parade. And then we're going to put the other piece on there. It's amazing, this Flirty Flamingo and real red. I would have never thought about putting it together, but it is so pretty together. Looking at the opposite side here, if you can see that, Flirty Flamingo and real red. So again, I'm laying that down there. And since it's a liquid glue, it gives me a minute to make sure I have it lined up. If not, I could slide it just a little bit. Okay, then we're going to adhere those onto the card base. Again, that card base is 4 1/4 by 11, the way I chose to do the opening of this card. I think I'm almost out of glue. Again, I like using my liquid glue so that I have the opportunity to slide it if I need to. Whoops. And get all my angles right. You want to be careful with that foil paper not to get glue on it because it will show up. I got a little bit on my fingers there. Hopefully I'll be able to get that off of there with no problem. I'm going to do my best to try and find the name excuse me, of the fold of this card. So that I can also share that with you. If it's not in the heading of the description, it will be in the comments if I find it. So there we have it. Okay, and then this piece here will go on the inside. And again, it is 4 by 5 1/4. And it's going to open landscape style. So it's going to go in like this. And then I have a beautiful little die cut here that was used from the designer tag dies. And these designer tag dies are available on the online exclusive. So that item number to order those would be 159165, and they're $32. So you won't find those in a catalog, but they are still available to order. So we're going to be using that, but I'm not going to put that on there just yet. So then let's do a little bit of stamping. So I have my Poppy Parade, and I have a deckled circle cut out. And I have Smile Today, and this is from the Circle Saying stamp set, and this is from the annual catalog, and it has that 2 3/8 inch circle punch that matches it. Today I'm using my deckled circle dies to make my circles. I actually stamped that on the wrong side, so I'm just going to flip it over. Not that it really matters. So then I'll add a little bit of glue to that and glue that on my other circle. And then I have a small piece of the basic white, and I believe this might be 2, let me see, 2 1/4 maybe. 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And we're going to add that. Well, let's stamp on it first. Again, using the Poppy Parade. And I'm going to use the saying from the Circled Sayings that says, "Because you're awesome." So the outside is going to say "Smile today," and the inside is going to say, "Because you're awesome." I love the Circle Sayings. I think they have some really cute little sayings in there, and they go great with circles. Quite a few of them are designed for circles. So I'm going to put this right up here. And then on that little tag, I'm going to determine where I want it, because this is how the card is going to sit when you're done. So this is the design of that fold. It sits up, which is so cute. So I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of this. So that it definitely pops up. Because we want to make sure that it holds up the front of our card. So it would be just like that. And if you wanted to actually take the direct line, then you want to sort of pop it up as you're using it there. So then that's going to catch. And then when we add our circle to this, we have to only put down this part right here with glue. So I'm just going to glue. You could either add it right to this, if you know exactly where you need it to go, or you could add it onto there. It's entirely up to you. And you could also make it pop as well. So I'm making that sort of centered from top to bottom, but remember only gluing the bottom part so that when you pop that up, that's what it looks like. So see that? And then you could add a little something here. And when the receiver opens it, it says "Smile today because you're awesome." And that could be used for so many different things. And I may add a little something to that. Now I've made a few others here. I'll show you those as well. Again, this used the deckled circles, the designer tags, and the Circle Sayings stamp set. So here again is the Circled Sayings with "Celebrate" and the cupcake. And this one is that same design. And this one, I used some of the glimmer paper that's in the catalog. And I put that behind the tag here as well. I know it's hard to see, but it is Flirty Flamingo, or pink. I think they just called it pink. And then I have, if you wanted to add more to the inside there. So that would be a birthday one. And then I changed the direction that it was going and made this a portrait style instead of landscape. So I did everything the same. I just turned the card direction. Again, it'll be like that. And it says nothing on the inside on this one, but I used that smile on there. And it says "Happy Birthday." And then I received this one in a swap, which I absolutely love. And this is using the doily dies and some designer series paper and the circle, the regular circle dies. And she did that one thinking of you. So there's today's fun fold card, which I've showed you in 2 different ways that you can do it. It's sort of like a pyramid appearance, I guess is what you would call it. Like I said, I'm going to do my best to try and find out what it's called. But don't forget, for today's Well Wednesday, make sure you like and comment so you have a chance to win these 2 cards from today's video. So don't forget, both like and comment. You need to do both. And don't forget that designer series paper is going to be an option with the Celebration pamphlet that came out. And if you didn't receive yours, please let me know. I did send them to all of my current customers if you've placed an order within the past year. And then also, and this starts tomorrow, so today's the last day for last chance products, and tomorrow starts the order with Celebration and our beautiful new mini catalog that goes from January 4th to the end of April. So I will hopefully have a lot of cool stuff to show you over the next couple weeks that comes from here, and even maybe take you on a tour on the inside of the catalog. But I can't do that tonight because it doesn't actually start till tomorrow. So thanks again for joining everyone with Stamp with Tracy. Don't forget, if you place an order under $50, I appreciate if you use my monthly host code, and that information will be in the description of today's Wow Wednesday. And don't forget, like and comment for your chance to win. Thanks again for joining me, everyone. Happy stamping and Happy New Year.